Hello and welcome to Mastermind with me, Clive Myrie. In the spotlight tonight are Eddie Crawford, a civil servant. His specialist subject is the 12th century monarch Henry II. Kate Blizzard, a consultancy director. She'll be answering questions on the Miss Marple novels of Agatha Christie. Nathan Hamer, a financial crime investigator. His subject is Wales Rugby Union test matches from 2000 to the present. And Gary Austin, a retired teacher. His specialist subject is the television sitcom Friday Night Dinner. Mastermind is much more than just a test of the knowledge you may have boned up on the night before. It's also a test of the knowledge you've picked up and absorbed over the years. It's about long-term as well as short-term memory recall, and that makes for a tough challenge and some great telly. At stake tonight, after 2 minutes on their specialist subject and 2.5 minutes on general knowledge, is a place in the semi-finals for one of our 4 super quizzes. So, can I ask our first contender to join us, please? Your name?
Eddie Crawford.
Your occupation?
Civil servant.
And your specialist subject?
Henry II.
The King of England from 1154 to 1189. In 2 minutes. Let's go. Henry was a grandson of King Henry I of England, but spent most of his early childhood in France, where his father was the Count of Maine and Touraine. And which other region?
Anjou.
Yes, in the early 1140s, Henry joined his mother Matilda in England, where she was challenging King Stephen's claim to the English throne, and was placed in the household of which of his uncles in Bristol?
Robert, Earl of Gloucester.
Yes, as part of a plan to ensure that Henry would succeed Stephen, Henry was knighted at Carlisle Castle in 1149 by which King of Scotland?
David I.
Yes, Henry was recognised as King Stephen's heir in 1153 and succeeded him a year later when Stephen died suddenly, while Henry was in Normandy besieging which castle?
Clairvaux.
No, Torigny Castle. In 1155, Henry appointed Thomas Becket as his chancellor on the advice of which Archbishop of Canterbury, whom Becket then succeeded as Archbishop in 1162?
Theobald.
Yes, what name was given to the articles issued by Henry in 1164, which attempted to codify ancient customs and restrict the powers of the church courts?
The Chronicles of Clarendon.
No, it's the Constitutions of Clarendon. At Caen. And which other French cathedral did Henry perform public penance in 1172 for his role in the murder of Thomas Becket, where he swore that he had not commanded it?
Philip.
No, Avranches Cathedral, of Henry's 4 living legitimate sons, who was the only one not to join the so-called Great Rebellion in 1173, during which, encouraged by their mother Eleanor, they allied with the French and attacked Henry's lands?
John.
Yes, Henry built the Garden Palace of Everswell at Woodstock for which of his mistresses with whom he began living openly after Eleanor was imprisoned for her role in the Great Rebellion?
Rosamund Clifford.
Yes. In 1183, conflict broke out again, and Henry besieged his sons, Henry and Geoffrey. I've started, so I'll finish. Henry and Geoffrey, inside which fortified city in France?
Le Mans.
Oh, Limoges. So, Eddie, at the end of that round, you had no passes. You've got 6 points. And our next contender, please. Your name?
Kate Blizzard.
Your occupation?
Consultancy director.
And your specialist subject?
The Miss Marple novels of Agatha Christie.
The novels featuring the elderly amateur detective who lives in the village of St. Mary Mead. In 2 minutes, let's go. In the first Miss Marple novel, The Murder at the Vicarage, what's the first name of the vicar's young wife, who initially refers to the elderly sleuth as the worst cat in the village?
Griselda.
Yes, which novel opens with the lines, Mrs. Bantry was dreaming her sweet peas had just taken a first at the flower show?
The mirror cracked from side to side.
No, The Body in the Library. In They Do It With Mirrors, the apparently troubled assistant, Edgar Lawson, claims that he's the son of which UK Prime Minister?
Winston Churchill.
Yes, Chapter 3 of Sleeping Murder has what title? A 3-word phrase from the play The Duchess of Malfi, which the protagonist, Gwenda Reed, goes to see at His Majesty's Theatre.
Cover her face?
Yes, a notice in the Chipping Cleghorn Gazette reads, a murder is announced and will take place on Friday, October the 29th at Little Paddocks. At what time?
6:30 p.m.
Yes, Colonel Appleton, who is one of the card players at a bridge party in the Moving Finger, is a resident of which village 7 miles from the main setting of Limstock?
Co-maker.
Yes, during her stay at Bertram's Hotel in London, Miss Marple visits what department store, a haunt of her aunt Helen in Days Long Gone?
Liberty.
No, the Army and Navy stores. In 450 from Paddington, what's the name of the building in which Lucy Islesbarrow finds a body in a sarcophagus?
Rutherford Hall.
No, the Long Barn. What's the name of the Scotland Yard inspector in A Pocket Full of Rye, to whom Miss Marple exclaims, this is a wicked murderer, and the wicked should not go unpunished?
Inspector Neil.
Yes, in The Mirror Cracked from Side to Side, Miss Marple remembers seeing a new villager, the Hollywood actress Marina Gregg, in a film about Mary, Queen of Scots. And which other film, one that starred that handsome Joel Roberts?
Edward I.
No, Bird of Passage. In A Caribbean Mystery, a former British Army major is murdered at what hotel on the fictional island of Saint-Honoré, where Miss Marple is staying?
The Golden Palm Hotel.
Yes, in Nemesis, the wealthy Jason Raphael has died, leaving a letter urging Miss Marple to investigate a certain crime in return for a sum of how many pounds?
20,000.
Yes, what's the full name of Miss Marple's favourite nephew? I've started
Raymond.
this all finish. What's the full name of Miss Marple's favourite nephew, a writer and poet whose books, according to the Reverend Leonard Clement, feature unpleasant people leading lives of surpassing dullness?
Raymond West.
It is Raymond West. Kate, at the end of that round, you had no passes. You've got 9 points.
Thank you.
And our next contender, please. Your name,
Nathan Hamer,
your occupation,
financial crime investigator.
and your specialist subject.
Wales Rugby Union test matches from 2000 to the present.
The Welsh men's international team in an era of remarkable highs and dramatic lows. In 2 minutes. Let's go. Who was appointed as the Wales head coach after Graham Henry's resignation, following a 54-10 loss to Ireland in the 2002 Six Nations?
Steve Hansen,
Yes, in the first match of their 2008 Grand Slam winning Six Nations campaign, how many Ospreys players were in the Welsh starting lineup for their victory against England at Twickenham?
13.
Yes, in which Japanese city did Wales lose by just 3 points to the eventual champion South Africa in their 2019 World Cup semi-final?
Yokohama,
Yes, in the 2005 Six Nations, Wales defeated the world champions England with a late penalty from Gavin Henson, after which Welsh player had scored the only try of the match?
Shane Williams,
Yes, 4 years after being knocked out of the World Cup by Fiji, Wales gained revenge by scoring how many points without reply when they met again at the 2011 tournament?
66.
Yes, throughout the 2024 Six Nations, in which they finished bottom of the table, Wales received only 1 yellow card, given to which player for a deliberate knock-on during the match against England?
Thomas Williams,
No, Mason Grady. What's the name of the trophy commissioned in 2018 to help raise awareness of motor neurone disease that's contested each year by Scotland and Wales?
the Doddy Weir Trophy.
Yes. Which side knocked Wales out of the 2023 World Cup at the quarter-final stage with a 29-17 win in Marseille?
Argentina.
Yes, in Mike Ruddock's first autumn international series as head coach in 2004. Wales lost by a single point to New Zealand in Cardiff with tries from Mevin Davis and which other Welsh player?
Gavin Henson.
No, Tom Shanklin. Before the 2011 World Cup, the Welsh team was sent to gruelling training camps that included the use of cryotherapy to improve recovery time at which village in Poland?
Gdansk.
No, Spawa. 3 consecutive defeats at the start of the 2023 Six Nations. I've started, so I'll finish. At the 2023 Six Nations led to Wales dropping to what position in the official world rankings?
8th.
No, 10th. And Nathan, at the end of that round, you had no passes, and you've got 7 points. And our final contender, please. Your name,
Gary Austin,
your occupation,
Retired teacher.
And your specialist subject?
Friday night dinner.
The sitcom set in North London about the idiosyncratic Goodman family in 2 minutes. Let's go. In the third series, what animal has Martin hidden in the outside freezer and, in an effort to prevent his wife Jackie finding out, bribes their sons Johnny and Adam to help him store it?
Fox.
Yes, in 2 episodes of the first series, Martin is ordered by Jackie to get rid of his old copies of what magazine?
New Scientist.
Yes, in series 4, the eccentric neighbour Jim tells Jackie that his oven is broken and brings a large fish for her to cook, claiming that otherwise it'll go all bad and then it'll get infested with what?
Weevils.
Yes, in the 4th series, while a carpet cleaner is removing an oil stain in a bedroom at the parents' house, the family visits a restaurant with what name?
Mario's.
Yes, the can of stewed beef that Martin has been hoarding and eventually eats from in the episode The Tin of Meat has a best before date of September in what year?
1996.
Yes, a supposedly Jewish version of what dessert made by Auntie Val and dreaded by the whole family. Do they coerce Jim into eating, claiming that it's the highest honour that can be bestowed on a Gentile?
Rice pudding.
Yes, in the episode The Plastic Bag, after Adam has stated in a magazine interview that his earliest musical memory is going to see Oliver with Auntie Val. Jackie angrily reminds him that she took him to see what other musical when he was 5?
Cats.
Yes, what's the stated occupation of Mike Sullivan, whom Jim believes to be a locksmith and has asked to rescue Grandma, who is trapped in the boot of a car?
Town planner.
Yes, on his parents' anniversary, Johnny reveals a tattoo of a skull on his arm with a Latin phrase that he claims means family comes first. What's the actual usual translation of the words?
Live fast, die young.
Yes, in series 5, on Jackie's birthday, Jim delivers a book to her, having received it in error and opened it himself. What's the 3-word title of the book?
Understanding the menopause?
Yes, in the final episode, broadcast in 2020, Adam and Johnny each bring their girlfriends home to dinner, both of whom have what first name?
Lucy.
Yes, in the episode The Mercedes, Johnny tricks Jim into thinking that a schmoigel is a traditional Jewish gift given to the eldest son of a family, comprising only green-coloured fruit, except for which fruit?
Pear.
It is pears. Gary, at the end of that round, no passes. You got them all right. 12 points. And at the end of the specialist subjects round, let's have a look at the scores. In 4th place with 6 points is Eddie. In 3rd place with 7 points is Nathan. In 2nd place with 9 points is Kate. And in 1st place with 12 points, it's Gary. So now it's the general knowledge round. And if there's a tie at the end, then the number of passes is taken into account, and the person with the fewer passes is the winner. And if they're tied on passes as well, it's a tie break. So let's ask Eddie to join us again, please. Eddie, you start with 6 points. You've now got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Let's go. On an electoral map of mainland Britain, constituencies that are coloured red have been won by which political party?
Labour Party.
Yes, what form of Chinese, sometimes called Standard Chinese, is the predominant language of China?
Mandarin.
Yes, which American folk singer and civil rights campaigner had her first UK hit single in 1965 with the protest song We Shall Overcome?
Joan Baez.
Yes, black pudding is typically made mainly from the blood of which farm animal?
Cow.
No, pig. What word is used in sport to refer to a horse that has not yet won a race and to an over in cricket in which no runs have been scored?
Maiden.
Yes, in October 2023, which former Director General of the BBC took over as Chief Executive and Chairman of CNN?
Lord Grade.
No, Mark Thompson. The positive numbers that are factors of 12, as well as 1 and 12 itself, are 2, 3, 4, and what other number?
6.
Yes, in the 1936 film version of the musical Showboat, which bass baritone singer and actor plays the character Joe, who performs the song Old Man River?
Robeson. Paul Robeson.
Yes, what name is given to a poem in which the first letter of each line spells out a word or a sentence when combined?
Acrostic.
Yes, what was the surname of the knighted British entertainer and television presenter who started his long show business career as a teenage music hall act under the name Boy Bruce, the Mighty Atom?
Bruce Forsyth.
Yes, Manama is the capital of which island country in the Persian Gulf?
Oman.
No, Bahrain. What alternative name for an elephant's trunk is also applied to the elongated tubular mouthparts of certain insects, such as butterflies and moths?
Proboscis.
Yes. Which author wrote the Rutshire Chronicles series of romantic novels, which began with the 1985 book Riders and includes Tackle, published in 2023?
Cooper. Jilly Cooper?
Yes. What name, sometimes used to refer to the devil, is a Latin term meaning light bearer?
Lucifer.
Yes, a childhood teddy bear called Alan Measles is featured regularly in the works of which Turner Prize-winning British artist?
Oh, that's Grayson Perry.
Yes, which English South Coast resort was allowed to add the suffix Regis to its name in 1929 after King George V had stayed in the town to convalesce after a serious illness?
Wagner?
Yes, what's the usual term for the person who has been appointed by the writer of a will to carry out their stated instructions after their death?
Executor?
Yes, which French statesman and cardinal? I've started, so I'll finish. Which French statesman and cardinal who helped lead the royalist siege of the Huguenot stronghold of La Rochelle from 1627 to 28 was known as l'Eminence Rouge?
Richelieu?
It was Cardinal Richelieu. And Eddie, at the end of that round, you had no passes and you've got 21 points. Next up, it's Nathan. Nathan, you start with 7 points. The score to beat as it stands is 21 points. You've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Let's go. Checkpoint Charlie, which has become a popular tourist attraction because of its role as an internal border crossing point during the Cold War, is in which European capital city?
Berlin.
Yes, which British glam rock band had UK #1 singles in 1974 with Tiger Feet and Lonely This Christmas?
Kiss.
No, Mud. What word for a chart that shows a particular year divided into days and months is derived from a Latin term for an account book?
Calendar.
Yes, which London football club won the Women's Super League title in May 2024 for a 5th consecutive season?
Chelsea.
Yes, the light-sensitive cells in the human retina are generally divided into 2 types, rods and what other type?
Cones.
Yes, which actor, known for his role as Philip Smith in the 1970s sitcom Rising Damp, plays Police Commissioner Selwyn Patterson in the television drama series Death in Paradise?
Don Warrington.
Yes, the logos of the National Trust and the Woodland Trust both feature the leaf of what tree?
Oak.
Yes, what 1962 novel by Anthony Burgess features a form of youth slang known as nadsat?
Clockwork Orange.
Yes, the American scientist Harold C. Urey was awarded the 1934 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for his discovery of which isotope of hydrogen?
Pass.
What large mammal, native to parts of Africa and Asia, has a name derived from Greek words for nose and horn?
Rhinoceros.
Yes, Neil Diamond plays the title role in a 1980 remake of what 1927 film?
Meet Me in St. Louis.
No, the jazz singer. What formal title is often abbreviated to the letters ESQ?
Esquire.
Yes, the 16th century house, Sulgrave Manor, near Banbury in southern England, is the ancestral home of which US president?
Kennedy.
No, Washington. What French word derived from a French verb meaning to know is also used in English with a slightly different spelling for a person who's considered to be a competent judge of taste in matters such as art or wine?
Savant.
No, connoisseur. Which sea in the Western Atlantic Ocean has a name derived from that of a type of brown seaweed and is unusual in that it has no land boundaries?
Sargasso.
Yes, in Shakespeare's Macbeth, which character appears as a ghost, seen only by Macbeth during a feast after his murder?
Banquo.
Yes, what edible, usually red, soft fruit has a variety called Florida Pearl, also known as a pineberry, that's much lighter in colour and described as a white variant?
Peach.
No, strawberry. In carpentry, what's the name for a projection at the end? Study so I'll finish. For a projection at the end of a piece of wood that's made to slot into a recess known as a mortise to form a joint.
Dovetail.
No, it's tenon.
Yeah.
Nathan, you had just the one pass. The American scientist Harold C. Urey was awarded the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for discovering deuterium. At the end of that round, Nathan, you've got 18 points.
Thank you.
Next up, it's Kate. Kate, you start with 9 points. The score to beat as it stands is 21 points. You've got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Let's go. In a lift, an uppercase letter G on one of the buttons normally stands for what word?
Ground.
Yes, what French word is used in American English as an alternative term for a CV?
Resume.
Yes, the 2008 UK hit single Another Way to Die, which is the theme song for the James Bond film Quantum of Solace, is a duet by Jack White and which other singer?
Alicia Keys.
Yes, which element with the chemical symbol F and the atomic number 9 is one of the halogens group and at room temperature is a highly reactive pale yellow gas?
Fluorine.
Yes, in South Asian cuisine, a dish with the word brinjal in its name contains what fruit, usually with dark purple skin, often eaten as a vegetable?
Aubergine.
Yes, when the television series Doctor Who began in 1963, the Doctor was played by which actor?
Tom Baker.
No, William Hartnell. What name derived from a Latin word meaning manual work or work with the hands is given to animal dung that spread onto land as a fertilizer?
Manure.
Yes, in boxing, a fighter who can be easily knocked out is informally said to have a jaw made of what brittle substance?
Chalk.
No, glass. What letter, the 8th of the Greek alphabet, is used in geometry in lowercase to denote a plane angle?
Cosine.
No, theta. Which actor won a Golden Globe Award for his portrayal of the comedian Andy Kaufman in the 1999 film Man on the Moon?
Sean Penn.
No, Jim Carrey. Lutetia was the Roman name for which modern-day European capital city?
Bern.
No, Paris. Which prolific American author of science fiction born in Russia in 1920 wrote the collection of short stories entitled I, Robot?
Isaac Asimov.
Yes. What famous road in California stretches for more than 20 miles from Figueroa Street in downtown Los Angeles to the Pacific Coast Highway?
Route 66.
No, Sunset Boulevard in March 2024, which Liverpudlian comedian began a year-long stand-up tour of the UK and Ireland with a show entitled Back at It?
John Bishop.
Yes. What museum at the Royal College of Surgeons in London is named after the 18th century surgeon whose large collection of anatomical specimens is partly on display there?
Adam Brinley.
No, the Hunterian Museum, which Greek island, popular as a tourist destination, is the largest of the Ionian Islands?
Crete.
No, Kefalonia. An electronic communications device called a modulator-demodulator used to convert a computer's digital signal to an analog one and vice versa is more commonly known by what abbreviated name?
Modem.
Yes, what name, loosely translated as a thing to wear, is given to a traditional Japanese robe? A traditional Japanese robe with wide sleeves that's tied at the waist with a sash called an obi.
Kimono.
It is kimono. Kate, at the end of that round, you had no passes, and you've got 19 points. And finally, let's have Gary again, please. So, Gary, you start with 12 points. The score to beat to get through to the semi-finals is Eddie's 21 points. You've now got 2.5 minutes on general knowledge. Let's go. In international money markets, the letters GBP are an abbreviation for the name of what currency?
Pound sterling.
Yes, what Italian soft cheese has a name that translates as recooked because it's made by heating whey left over from producing other cheeses?
Ricotta.
Yes, downward-facing dog, happy baby, and cow face are poses in what physical and spiritual discipline?
Yoga.
Yes, upon the accession of King Charles III, which member of the British royal family received the titles Duke of Cornwall and the Duke of Rossi?
Prince William.
Yes, trois is the French word for what number?
Can you say that again, please?
Trois is the French word for what number?
3.
Yes, Planet Waves, Street Legal, and Slow Train Coming were UK hit albums in the 1970s for which American singer?
Dionne Warwick.
No, Bob Dylan. What form of glucose, sometimes called corn sugar or grape sugar, has a name partly derived from the Latin for on the right-hand side?
Sucrose.
No, dextrose. In an alphabetical list of the member states of the United Nations, the name of which North African country comes between Montenegro and Mozambique?
Pass.
The 1885 adventure novel King Solomon's Mines and its sequel entitled Alan Quatermain were written by which British author?
Daniel Defoe.
No, H. Rider Haggard. What 2023 television series set in a busy restaurant kitchen stars Vinette Robinson and Stephen Graham, reprising their roles from a 2021 film of the same title?
Boiling point.
Yes, in April 2024, which American golfer won his second US Masters title?
Pass.
What measurement of a circle is half the length of its diameter?
Radius.
Yes, the model and actress Kaya Gerber is the daughter of the businessman Randy Gerber and which American supermodel?
Cindy Crawford.
Yes, what 1945 opera by Benjamin Britten is about the events surrounding the death of a fisherman's apprentice and the suspicions this arouses in a small village on the east coast of England?
Pass.
A policy document produced by the government that sets out proposals for future legislation is known as a white paper. What's the corresponding term for a consultation document that proposes ideas for public discussion and feedback?
Green paper.
Yes, what Radio 4 panel show, first broadcast in 1967, requires its competitors to speak for 60 seconds without hesitation, deviation or repetition?
Just a minute.
Yes, which Greek god bestowed on Cassandra the gift of prophecy, but when she rejected his advances, decreed in a curse that no one would believe her?
Zeus.
No, Apollo. Gary, you had 3 passes. Peter Grimes is the 1945 opera by Benjamin Britten. Scotty Scheffler is the American golfer who won his second US Masters title in 2024. And between Montenegro and Mozambique in an alphabetical list of member states of the UN, it's Morocco. But at the end of that round, Gary, you did it anyway. You've got 22 points. So let's have a look at the final scores. In 4th place with 18 points, it's Nathan. In 3rd place with 19 points is Kate. In 2nd place with 21 points is Eddie. And pipping him to 1st place with 22 points, it's Gary, which means he goes through to the semi-finals. Congratulations to him. If you'd like to be a contender in the next series, please go to our website, bbc.co.uk/mastermind, and you can follow us at Mastermind Quiz. Join us again next time for more Masterminds. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Having won, I'm absolutely exhilarated, completely amazed.
Gary, at the end of that round, no passes, you got them all right, 12 points.
I was delighted when Clive said that I got all of my specialist subject questions right, and then I thought that I had a bit of a cushion against some of the others who might have had better general knowledge, because I'm not really a quizzer, I'm not in a team, I'm not in a league. I'm basically what you might call an armchair quizzer.
And your specialist subject?
Friday night dinner. I'm a massive fan of Friday night dinner. I had loads and loads of questions that I'd written on Friday night dinner, and rather than read them on my mobile phone, I asked my wife, would she be Clive? And so every day she would read me a few hundred questions so that I could answer them and practice being in the spotlight. For someone who loves quizzes as much as I do, I think the glass bowl of Mastermind is the pinnacle of anything that you can win. So to win that would be a dream come true.